Come to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, Honorable City Council members, to our mayor, to our clerk and our treasurer in their absence, to our city attorney, chief of staff, administrative staff here in the council chambers, audience here in the council chambers, and those viewing via our broadcast channel and YouTube Live. Welcome to the City of Romulus City Council regular meeting. Today is Monday, June 9, 2025. Members of the public wishing to participate in this meeting may do so under the public comment portion of the agenda. Please fill out a request to speak public comment card located on the table in the back of the chambers and hand it to me, the deputy clerk. At this time, we'll have roll call. Councilwoman Abdo.
Here.
Councilman Barden.
Excused.
So noted. Councilman Kraut.
Here.
Councilman Jones.
Here.
Councilwoman Roscoe.
Here.
Councilwoman Talley.
Here.
And Councilman Wadsworth.
Here.
Madam Chair, there's a quorum for tonight's regular meeting.
Thank you.
The regular meeting agenda is as follows. Number one, agenda, 2 minutes, 3 petitioner, 4 chairpersons report, 5 mayor's report, 6 clerk's report, 7 treasurer's report, 8 public comment, 9 unfinished business, 10 new business, 11 warrant, 12 is communications, and number 13 is adjournment. A motion would be in order to accept tonight's regular meeting agenda as presented.
So moved.
Support. A motion by Mr. Kraut, supported by Ms. Abdo for the approval of the regular meeting agenda. Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. Agenda item 2A for approval are the minutes from the regular meeting held on Tuesday, May 27, 2025 at 7:30 p.m.
Madam Chairman, I'm going to move that we approve the minutes from the regular council meeting that was held on Tuesday, May 27th at 7:30.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Roscoe for the approval of the minutes from the regular meeting held on Tuesday, May 27th, 2025 at 7:30 p.m. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. There were no special meetings held on Tuesday, May 27, 2025. Number 3 is petitioners. There are also no petitioners under tonight's regular agenda. Number 4 is the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. I'm going to yield the floor to Mr. Wadsworth for a birthday resolution.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I'd like to move that we have a proclamation to celebrate the United States Army for 250 years. And I'm going to read part of the proclamation here. It says, whereas June the 14th, 1775, the Second Continental Congress established the United States Army, making the birth of America's military and the beginning of its fight for freedom and independence. And whereas for nearly 250 years, the United States Army has stood as a guardian of liberty and providing its security of the nation and maintaining the readiness and promoting peace. Whereas the courage and dedication of the sacrifice of the soldiers in the Army and the veterans and their family have ensured the safety and the prosperity of this nation and the freedom that we cherish. And whereas the United States Army remains steadfast in its mission to serve and defend, building strong ties with local communities and fostering partnerships that strengthen freedom in this great nation of ours. So on June the 14th, of which will be this coming Saturday, it'll be said that Romulus proclaims the 250th birthday of the United States Army. And as a veteran myself, I was honored to read this and their support for it.
Amen. Yes.
Support.
Mr. Kraut, gotcha.
Oh, I didn't hear. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no
Didn't hear.
worries. It's a motion by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Mr. Kraut for the birthday resolution of our U.S. Army, 250 years. Any discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Mr. Kraus.
Yes.
Ms. Abdo.
Yes.
Mr. Jones.
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved. Thank you, Mr. Wadsworth. It's that time of the year. Things are really gearing up in the city of Romulus. I want to touch on a few things that I was able to attend. Couldn't get it all because there's so much going on in our city, so I can only touch on the ones that I've been to attendance in. And I want to talk about the craft show that happened on, what day was that? June 1st. Sunday with Connie Cox and her husband. It was their first craft show up there on Garden, and it was such a great turnout for a first vendor craft show. So kudos to Miss Connie Cox and her husband. I hope this is something she want to keep on going in our community. It was really nice turnout. The vendors came out, and from what I've seen, she had a nice flow of traffic. So thank you for the vendor and craft show on Sunday, June 1st. Also, want to shout out to our mayor for his one community meeting at Barth. Thank you for everybody who came in and attended. And I just love everybody's engagement in the one community meetings. Thank you, Mayor, for continuing those on to keep all the quadrants in our areas connected. That's our way to stay connected. And thanks for all the residents who came out in attendance. Also want to give a shout out to the Drug Task Force for their annual scholarship. They had 3 recipients this year, and just great to see our kids trying to progress, move forward, doing great things for on their career paths, life path, and it was just great to be there to participate in the Drug Task Force scholarship. So kudos to the Drug Task Force. I know we got several people up here as a part of that, so thank you for that. I want to do a shout out to our Commissioner Al Wilson. I was able to attend our Wayne County Commissioners meeting. At that meeting, he asked the pastor at First Baptist Church, that's my mom's church, to do the invocation for their meeting. Every month they pick a different pastor to do the invocation, and he picked Pastor 3 from First Baptist Church of Romulus to do the invocation. Pastor 3 did an amazing job. It was a great meeting. I don't get down to Wayne County too often, but it was nice to be down there just to see the type of resources that is available through Wayne County. So more to come. I will be I will be on their tailed about those resources, because there are things out there. But I want to commend our Commissioner Al Wilson for the job he's doing as our county commissioner, just following up on a lot of things, and just thank you for your service. I wasn't a big component of his when he first started, but right now he is doing some amazing things. He's learning a lot. There's a lot of information to learn as a county commissioner, so thank you, Al Wilson, for your service as our Wayne County Commissioner. Thank you. And then we also had a part 2 of the SIMCOG videoing down in our downtown area, Eagle Alley. That is a big place. If y'all haven't seen our Eagle Alley, y'all are missing it. Y'all need to get down to Eagle Alley. It is beautiful. It's really beautiful, and I know the mayor's going to probably touch more on that, because there's some things getting ready to happen down the line where you'll get to see our Eagle Alley. So stay tuned for that. Eagle Alley, I don't know the address, but it's right there across from the Artisan Reserve. So yeah, so you want to check it out. It's beautiful, the work they've done over there. Jerry, I want to shout out to Jerry for all the work they've been doing over there, and it's just a beautiful spot and a beautiful space, so thank you. And then I also want to shout out, we have a celebration coming up, Juneteenth Community Celebration. This is done every year. It's headed by our clerk's department, Ellen and Dijon, and a lot of people from the city participates on this. So that'll be Saturday, June 21st, 2025, from 12 to 5 at the Historical Park. So please remember that date and come out and support. And I want to yield over, because there's a celebration after the Juneteenth celebration. Can you speak to it, Mayor? I know you was going to do it. Would you rather do it under your report?
No, I can do it now.
Okay.
And we're just starting to do notifications, but we are hosting a party down there with the DDA to do a ribbon cutting at Eagle Alley. So we're inviting residents to come down. We'll have live entertainment. The band Urban Muse that played a lot of times at the bar down the street on Wayne Road. The Upscale Warehouse, great band, great R&B, so we're having them down there in our city to help us with the ribbon cutting. We're also going to be having some barbecue down there. So Blues, Brews, and Barbecue in downtown Romulus on the 21st, from 6 to 9 after the Juneteenth event. So
Yeah.
bring your chair and bring an appetite and come enjoy some more music.
Great, so that's a full day right there, because I'll be there all day. Okay, so thank you, Mayor, for that, and getting that together and getting that going. It should be a full day and a full evening, nice evening of great celebration. So please come out and attend if you can. The last thing I want to close with is, I'm sorry, we had Pastor Love and Sister Love had a Family and Friends Day celebrating church and pastor anniversaries, and they, First Baptist, I'm going to shout out again, they were in attendance at this event. First Baptist comes out, and I just want to shout out to them, was able to hang out with them at the celebration. So thank you, First Baptist, and thank you for Pastor and Sister Love for their, this annual event. They know how to throw a shindig, so thank you. And then the last thing, and if the mayor can elaborate, our Senator Darren Camilleri and our Rep. Reggie Miller did a forum on the wells, was it the wells?
There's two pieces of legislation we're working
Yeah.
on. One is for the radioactive waste coming into Van Buren, the other one is for the deep injection well, and they hosted a town hall in Van Buren last week. That was very good attendance, so it's exciting to see the residents come out and be a part of it and be engaged and learn the facts. But, Romulus, we've seen this before. This is a 30-year
Yeah.
fight for us. But now that we have more allies in the fight, and we were able to go up with Director Kraus and myself and testify in front of committee last week on 2 Senate bills that have been introduced. They haven't voted on them yet, so hopefully they'll vote on them, they'll get passed, and then we'll start the process of getting them passed into law.
Thank you, Mayor, appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes, so, so with that being said, I think that closes my report.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion to accept your report. Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Abdo, to accept the chairperson's report. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Number 5 is the mayor's report.
Thank you. Good evening, City Council, Deputy Clerk, those in the audience here today, and those at home tuning in. Before I get into the action items of our report, I'd like to draw your attention to the monitors for Ms. Vanessa Tolliver from the Mayor's Office for a few announcements.
Hello, I'm Vanessa Tolliver, and here are some events happening in Romulus. Join us on Friday, June 13th, as we gather at the Flagpole in Romulus Historical Park at 11 a.m. for a Flag Day ceremony to honor our veterans. Also on Friday, the Romulus VFW Post 78 is hosting a chicken dinner from 5 to 7 p.m. The cost is $15. Later that night, the Art District will come alive with the sounds of Louis Lee and will kick off the summer music series in our district beginning at 7 p.m. It's Romulus Alumni Night, so make sure to wear your maroon and white and show off your Eagle pride. Then put on your dancing shoes and join the after party, dancing in our street, in front of the Artesian Reserve following the concert. Let's play kickball. Coming up on Saturday, June 14th, is the City of Romulus and St. John's Lodge number 44 community kickball game. Come and join for a fun-filled day of kickball beginning at 11 a.m. at St. John's Lodge number 44 Park, and help raise funds for the Romulus Drug Task Force. The community is invited to the City of Romulus's 3rd annual Juneteenth celebration. Join us on Saturday, June 21st from 12 to 5 p.m. at the Romulus Historical Park for a day of gathering with friends and families to remember the past and celebrate the future. There will be vendors, music, crafts, food trucks, and fun. Applications for Romulus Hometown Superhero Award nominations are open. Visit our website to find applications and to learn more about each category. Please reach out to unityabb@gmail.com for more details. Movies in our district returns on Friday, June 27th. Bring your blanket or chairs and join us for a free showing of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Parking begins at 8 p.m. at Historical Pavilion at 36095 Goddard Road, and movie begins at dusk. Concessions will be available for purchase. Thanks, everyone, and remember to like and share us on Facebook and YouTube or visit our website page for more information. Have yourself a lovely evening.
Thank you, Vanessa. As always, great job. First action item I have tonight, is to increase the credit line on the city's Comerica card. As you know, we've used the credit card for purchases in the city. This still has to be budgeted for, has to go through a process, but it's become a tool to do our job. It makes it faster for our staff to be able to do their job if they can use a credit card. And further, there's some vendors now that have to have a credit card. So we felt that our threshold before was obsolete. So that being said, I respectfully request council's authorization to increase the current credit limit for the city's Comerica commercial credit card account from $20,000 to $40,000.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Ms. Roscoe.
I'll make that motion to concur with administration and authorize the increase of the current credit line for the city's Comerica commercial credit card account from $20,000 to $40,000.
I support.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Jones, for the approval to concur with the administration and authorize the increase of the current credit limit for the city's Comerica commercial credit card account from $20,000 to $40,000. Any discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. And again, I want to just, I want to hammer home that point that this is not an opportunity for us to just run wild with a credit card.
Right.
Those funds have to be budgeted for, and they still have to go through process, so there's still checks and balances in place. The next item I have is an exciting opportunity to bring community theater back to Romulus. We have a lease agreement, and I respectfully request that council authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached amended commercial lease agreement with John Thied for a lease of 35255 Goddard Road, Romulus, Michigan, also known as the old fire hall.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Ms. Roscoe.
I'll ask for support to concur with administration and grant authorization for the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached amended commercial lease agreement with John Thied for the lease of 35255 Goddard Road, Romulus, Michigan.
Support, and I have a
48174.
question.
Okay.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, for the concur with administration and grant authorization for the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached amended commercial lease agreement with John Thied for the lease of 35255 Goddard Road, Romulus, 48174. Mr. Wadsworth.
If I could, John, could you come up and tell us what you're going to do?
Good evening, everybody. How much time do I got? No. 3 minutes. So anyways, as you guys know, I do a lot of theater acting and community acting, and it was always my goal to open the theater. I'll be retiring, and what a perfect location that old fire station will be. So our goal is to obviously have community theater, plays, where people can audition and come in and perform plays. Do classes. I'm actually doing a class at the library for kids 12 to 18 starting in June and July on Wednesday nights. Trying to get people involved. One thing with community theater, you can get seniors involved. You know, like my mom being 93, 2 theaters I do things at, the seniors pass out the programs, they get back in with the public, they get to see a free show, they almost get to usher, and you know, it's great to get them back in the community also. Other things that we'll have on the agenda could be like a dueling pianos in there, could be like a candlelight concert, if you ever seen that done, to like a theme like the Game of Thrones or Queen or Beatles and stuff like that. They just do like violins and stuff. But the main thing will be theater, so it'll be plays. I've already talked to directors. Like I said, I you know, obviously appreciate the city, Jerry, Jessica, and Kevin, to get this going. But I had directors to run plays like Barefoot in the Park would be one of the ones, Jukebox at the Algonquin, Wonderful Life radio broadcast in December. So I've already had directors that are committing to do stuff, or we're not sitting at an empty building.
Okay, fine. Good. Sounds good to me.
Anything else?
Any other
Sounds like
discussion?
fun.
One quick question.
Let's start the vote.
So have you reached out to the schools at all? I know there was some talks at the high school about having a drama program that came back to the school.
Not yet, but I think that's something that
Yeah.
would be great, because I had drama in high school, and we performed every day in our class, and we performed in school, and I know they have that nice theater, but somehow trying to get the arts back into the schools. I've talked to a couple of the elementary teachers about trying to get young kids involved. a fellow actor. I do things with him and his wife, do a summer camp for kids, and they were looking for a venue for like June, July, and August, but unfortunately, we didn't have the lease signed yet, so they have to rent a church in Canton. But, for next year, or even in the fall, that would be great, that kids can come and do an acting program too, and why not start, I'm doing one in the library, so hopefully we're gonna catch some of those kids from that.
Great.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna just say, I've seen you in action. I'm excited. I remember us talking about it a while ago. Because, about you doing something in Romulus, because, we had to drive to Westland to see you in action, and it was worth it. It was worth it. You did an amazing job, so it's just exciting to see this come to Romulus, and thank you for investing in Romulus, and listen, I'm praying that everything just goes well. It's exciting, so thank you, Mr. Theed, and I have no doubts, because I've seen you in action, so I have no doubts, so thank you.
My goal too is to keep that history of that building, being a firefighter, and that building from 52 to 80 being a fire station, and, just taking care of everything up front, and giving that city that breath, that your payments there. My insurance guy, who's out of Chicago actually, and Belleville, today when I talked to him about the insurance policy and everything that I have to have, he said, I Googled this building on the internet. He goes, this is an old building? And he couldn't believe what it looked like.
Okay.
And he said, oh my God, to start that building, he goes, I'm looking at the whole map of Romulus when you're looking at the map, and that first building is the first thing you're seeing when you're driving in from that street. He goes, that don't look like a building that's been around for 70 years. He said, I look at the outside, everything looks fresh and everything. And so we want to keep that integrity of that building, not putting permanent things in there, just to keep that history of that fire station. And I can't really release the name yet, but it's going to be hand in hand in that theater and that fire station vibe. So,
Thank you.
nothing else?
All righty.
Perfect.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Thiem. So it's been motioned by, I may have did this, by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, to concur with administration to grant authorization for the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached, I did do this, amended commercial lease agreement with John Thiem for the lease of 35255 Garden Road. All discussion, going to run the vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved. Thank you.
Thank you. The next item I have up is additional investment in critical virtual server infrastructure. And respectfully request council's authorization to piggyback on the Omnia Partners Contract 01-152 to purchase the maintenance renewal for Dell VX Rail hardware and software for a total cost of $39,000. Maria Ferris, Finance Director, has verified these funds for purchase are available.
I need a motion.
Madam Chair, I'll make that motion to concur with the administration and consent to piggyback on the Omnia Partners Contract 01-152 to purchase the maintenance renewal for Dell VX Rail hardware and software for a total cost of $39,000.
Support.
Okay. It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Abdo, to concur with administration and consent to piggyback on the Omnia Partners Contract 01-152 to purchase the maintenance renewal for Dell VX Rail hardware and software for a total cost of $39,000. Any discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. The next item I have up is a reappointment for Officers Compensation Commission. I'm requesting City Council's concurrence with the reappointment of Daniel McAnally to the City of Romulus Officers Compensation Commission with a term to expire June 24th, 2032.
Mr.
Madam Chair?
Chair,
Go ahead.
I'll make that motion to concur with the administration and approve the reappointment of Daniel McAnally to the City of Romulus Officer Compensation Commission with a term to expire June 24th, 2032.
Okay, it's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Mr. Kraut, to concur with the administration and approve the reappointment of Daniel McAnally to the City of Romulus Officer Compensation Commission with a term to expire June 24th, 2032. Any discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. The next item I have up is the latest edition of Project R Streets as we continue throughout the community. Respectfully request City Council's award bid ITB 24-25-16 for the Swan Lake Reconstruction Project for the lowest, most responsive and responsible bidder, Great Lakes Contracting Solutions, LLC, in the amount of $945,753.50. Gary Harris, Assistant Finance Director, has verified funds for this acquisition have been allotted for.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Ms. Roscoe.
I'll make that motion to concur with administration and award bid ITB 24/25-16 for the Swan Lake Reconstruction Project to the lowest, most responsive and responsible bidder, Great Lakes Contracting Solutions, LLC, in the amount of $945,553.50.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Jones, to concur with administration award bid ITB 24/25-16 for the Swan Lake Reconstruction Project to the lowest, most responsive and responsible bidder, Great Lakes Contracting Solutions, LLC, in the amount of $945,753.50. Any discussion? I do have a quick question. What kind of material is being used on this road?
That's going to be concrete.
It's going to be concrete? Okay, thank you.
That's an area where they had that ASR involved with the advanced deterioration, so.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. The next item I have up is award for the contract for rubbish removal in the city. And I also want to thank both Roberto Scaptici and Maria and her team for all the work they did. This is a lengthy contract to go through and a long, arduous process, and it's a 10-year contract. It's a very big contract, so it's very important to get it right. And I respectfully request council award RFP 24-25-10 to Waste Management for a 10-year contract for the automated curbside cart pickup of refuse, recyclables, yard waste, and other related disposal services. Gary Harris, Assistant Finance Director, has verified funds for this purchase are currently available.
Madam Chairman, I'm going to
Yes.
move them, that we approve them. It's RFP 24/25-10 for the single, it's the hauler waste collection and disposal program, and the total amount is $17,137,000.
Support.
Okay. Well, I got the wrong amount. This is for the waste management, the single hauler? Okay, gotcha. It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth. Did you support that?
I did.
Okay. It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Abdo, to award RFP 24/25-10 to Waste Management for a 10-year contract, July 1st, 2025 to June 30th, 2035, for the automated curbside cart pickup of refuse, recyclables, yard waste, and other related disposable services. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. The last item I have up is for SCADA equipment upgrade. SCADA is the equipment vital to DPW operations down there, something Roberto uses for software to monitor all the vital information in our infrastructure down from some stormwater and also some supply water as well. So I respectfully request City Council authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into a sole source agreement with UIS SCADA for equipment upgrade to the existing Motorola ACE 3600 FIU located at DPW at a cost of $17,200 with an annual subscription fee in the amount of $2,350. Gary Harris, Assistant Finance Director, has verified that funds for this are available in water and sewer.
Need a motion?
I'll make that motion to concur with the administration and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into a sole source agreement with UIS SCADA for an equipment upgrade to the existing, oh, I have the right one? Motorola, I didn't, ACE 3600 FIU located at the DPW at the cost of $17,200 with an annual subscription fee for the amount of $2,350.
Got it, okay.
Yeah.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Mr. Kraut, to concur with the administration and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into a sole source agreement with UIS SCADA for an equipment upgrade to the existing Motorola ACE 3600 FIU located at the DPW at the cost of $17,200 with an annual subscription fee in the amount of $2,350. Any discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, and that concludes my report for this evening.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. Number 6 is the clerk's report. There's only one action item under the clerk's report, and it's an amendment to the Romulus City Code of Ordinance. It's requested that council approve the first reading and introduction to amendments to Chapter 36, Offenses, Article 7, Offenses Against Public Safety, adding Section 36-325, Offenses Involving Unmanned Aircraft, to the City of Romulus Code of Ordinance.
Madam Chair, I'll make that motion.
Thanks, Ms.
To
Roscoe.
approve the first reading and introduction to amendments to Chapter 36, offensives, Articles 8, offensives against public safety, adding Section 36-325, offenses involving unmanned aircraft to the City of Romulus Code of Ordinances. And I have a comment.
Okay. May I have a second?
Support.
Okay. It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Jones, to approve the first reading and introduction to amendments to Chapter 36, Offenses, Article 7, Offenses Against Public Safety, adding Section 36-325, Offenses Involving Unmanned Aircraft to the City of Romulus Code of Ordinance. Ms. Roscoe?
So basically, from what I understand in this ordinance, it's going to be directed towards the drones and different aircrafts of that sort. So I would recommend anybody that has that or has anything to that sort to get familiar with the ordinances so you don't have any issues and you don't have to say you didn't know. So we're putting it out there. Once this is approved, it'll be easy enough to go on to the RomulusGov.com website and get the information that you need so you can follow all the rules to do what you do, especially with us being so close to the airport. I mean, that's a big issue. So know your rules, know your safety, and enjoy what you do.
Thanks, Ms. Roscoe. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. That would conclude the clerk's report. Number 7 is the treasurer's report, and Treasurer Page has no items under her report. Number 8 is public comment. This is the portion of the agenda for those in the audience who would like to address the City Council. The rules to address the City Council can be found on the back of the meeting agenda. If you would like to address the City Council, please raise your hand, and after being acknowledged by the chair, approach the podium, state your name. Please note, members of the public who submitted a public comment card will be called upon first. You will have 3 minutes to speak. Any additional time will be upon the consent of the chair. Madam Chair, we did receive one request to speak public comment card, and it is from Lisa Denny.
Okay. Ms. Denny?
First off, I want to thank the mayor and you guys. My roads are looking so much better in my subdivision. The only issue I have right now is when DTE came down and did Hyde Park for their gas, they left it a mess. It looks horrible.
This is the what?
It looks a mess. They have not come back. The yards are not put back. They're bumpy. They're like this. And all they did was put grass seed down.
Okay.
So, and then I saw something on Middle Belt. They did some DT work there. They just laid some asphalt. And if anybody's in a wheelchair, you're not going to get over that.
Okay.
So that's a safety concern for City of Romulus.
Okay.
But otherwise, our roads are wonderful. Thank you so very much. So much improvement. The kids can now play and not have to worry about riding their skateboards and not getting hurt. Thank you again.
What's your address?
6251 Central Street.
Central, thank you. Any other, is that the only written?
That is correct, Madam Chair.
Okay. Yes, we have somebody in the audience. Can you come up? State your name, please. I see boxes.
I know. Good evening, Council, Mayor. My name is Chantella Forrest. I am the Public Sector Senior Account Executive for WM, or formerly Waste Management. I just wanted to extend my thanks to the entire community, specifically to Roberto Scappaticci, the Solid Waste Committee, who went through, as you said, Mayor, an incredibly arduous process, making an incredibly difficult decision for a very large contract. WM has been in the community for more than 20 years at this point. We're very thankful to be here for another 10 years and look forward to our continued partnership. I won't leave the box a mystery. I will let you all unbox it yourselves, but we have a lovely WM die-cast truck. For, I think, Roberto, I'll let you decide where you want to put that truck. But just be careful because they're in high demand. People will be offering you lots of money for it. But again, just very appreciative to be in the community for another 10 years, appreciative for all of the hard work that went into it. Christina was basically on speed dial for a while. So thank you for allowing us the opportunity to continue to serve your community.
And thank you for coming out and doing that. That's very kind. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, of course.
Through the chair.
Yes, Mayor?
Just a quick comment. Yeah, thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for your partnership. You know, I always say that if relationships aren't 50-50, they're not going to last. If they're 49-51, they're not going to last. And this has obviously been a long-term relationship, so you guys have heard some of our issues, and those issues have changed over the years, and you guys have been very willing to work with us, have been very liquid on it. We're currently tracing down that solution to the recycling issue, and we'll continue to work with Waste Management. So congratulations on that, and again, hats off to Roberto and Maria and Christine and the team for really working at this one. A 10-year contract is a big contract. We need to make sure we got it all right. So great job to everybody involved.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank
Council.
you. Any other more comments from the audience? Okay. Hearing none, close that out.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair. Number 9 is unfinished business. Number 10 is new business.
Madam Chair.
Mr. Wadsworth?
If I could, Mayor, the solar panels I see over by the rec center, who's putting them in? We
So that was an initiative taken on by the Tifa board. They believe in the power and the solar power. They
Well,
thought they
good.
could offset some
I'm
of the
thrilled to see
utility
it.
costs. So I have Director Kraus here. He can elaborate on the project a little bit more, but it's a Tifa funded project. So they've been great as a partner for us.
Good evening, Council Mayor. As the Mayor stated, it is a TIFA-funded project. We looked at this project approximately 2.5 years ago, and when we first did the cost analysis on it and the return on investment, it didn't make sense. During the last presidential term, we had the Inflation Reduction Act that was enacted, and during that, it created credits for solar fields to be implemented and put in place. We reevaluated the project with GEM Solar, and after that reevaluation, it made sense to invest in that, and potentially is going to reduce our utility costs at the rack substantially.
The rack.
We're looking at
It's just for the rack.
it's just for the rack, yeah. The way the credits are structured and the legislation that governs kind of solar payback, it has to be for the building that's on the property or parcel that the solar panels are on currently. So Tifa, made the investment in it. We reduced the overall return on investment to about 14 years, I think, in exchange for where it was before, which was about 27. Which doesn't make sense when it's that far out because you worry about the lifespan of the technology you're putting in place. So it went through a little bit of a hiccup that originally was supposed to be located on the roof at the rack, but it wouldn't support the weight of it. So we had to pivot and put it in kind of the green space that you see it in now, which actually gave us better output because you can position the panels better and to the exact location that they're supposed to be in the sky for optimization. So they should be done within probably by the end of July, running all the wire and everything to the rack, and we'll be up and running. And I think it's going to be a good test pilot for the city to explore solar and see what we have for the future.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Okay, real quick, Ms. Abdo?
Will that area be fenced in and secure?
Yeah. So once everything's done, we held that. It's a public project, it's a city project, but we held the same standard that we require everyone else to. So it'll have a black, wrought iron fence around it, decorative fence. There's considered 2 front yards there because that parcel faces both North Line and Vining. So that'll be completely fenced in and then maintained as well.
Thank you.
And it doesn't take away from Opportunity Park. You know, I kind of saw it and it was different. But it doesn't take away from the park overall.
No, we've looked at all that space over there
Yeah.
and what to do with it and how programming works, and it's kind of a pie-shaped piece. And
Okay.
It's cut off by part of the walking track, and then the drainage ditch that's there also.
Okay.
So we felt that was an okay area to go ahead and develop into a solar field, because we didn't
Okay.
feel that there was a lot of opportunity for recreational programming in
Okay.
that space.
Okay.
We still have the entire center of Opportunity Park and the north end, that's that open green space. So we still have quite a bit to work on over there developing.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Kevin.
Any other new business? Okay.
All right, number 11 is warrant for approval, is warrant number 2511.
Through the chair, I'd like to make a motion, we pay warrant 25-11 in the following amounts. General Fund, $52,405.49. Major Street Fund, $8,594.79. Local Street Fund, $7,663.91. Public Safety Fund, $19,840.82. Cable TV, $396.31. Merriman Road Special Assessment, $3,125. Garbage and Rubbish Collection Fund, $100,621.91. Tax Increment Finance Authority, $29,431.59. Downtown Development Authority, $1,273.04. Michigan Indigent Defense Fund, $12,463.50. 911 Service Fund, $8,605.28. Law Enforcement Federal, $19,131.98. Library Fund, $4,457.10. Water and Sewer Fund, $525,161.34. Motor Vehicle, $37,941.38. Technology Services, $5,292.06. Retiree Insurance Benefits, $1,787.94. Revolving Fund, $8,091.75. Current tax, $6. Impress Payroll Fund, $2,183. Delinquent Personal Property Fund, $20,970.59. Totaling all funds, $869,444.78.
I need a second. Support. It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for the approval of warrant number 25-11 for checks presented in an amount of $869,444.78. Any discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Number 12 is communications.
I did my piece.
All right, if there's no more no communications from council, number 13 is adjournment. Time is 8:13.
So moved. Adjourn.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Abdo, to adjourn this meeting. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. That's all, folks. We are